Welcome in, Wiffle Ball fans, to Week 2 of the 2019-2020 Fox Lake Wiffle Ball offseason. We're going to start out today's episode with some breaking news. Matt Ogden, the 7-year player and captain of the Lakehawks, has announced he will be going into free agency. This bumps Daniel Ogden up to the captain of the Lakehawks and knocks the Lakehawks down to 3 players. This is by far the biggest free agency in FLT history, and Matt Ogden is expected to get an offer from most, if not all, Fox Lake football teams. Matt Ogden has won one championship in 2014 with Caden Stork on Team 3. Going back to some news we talked about last week, Alex Haas, who left the Mambas at the start of free agency, has found a new home with DeClaw. Team captain Isaiah Tiemeyer heavily recruited Alex Haas to DeClaw, and that will round out the 3-man team of Tiemeyer, Nick Everett, and Alex Haas. The Lakehawks and DeClaw now have 3 members on their teams. Another team now with 3 members is the Diesels after Garrett Murray announced he will be declaring free agency. He left after the Diesels became a 4-man team, adding Matthew Hodgen to complement Patrick Lipka, as both of them will have one last dance. Garrett Murray is still weighing over his options and is even toying with the idea of creating his own team. Speaking of creating a new team, the Titans are joining this league, replacing the Legacy as they take a year off. The Legacy won the championship in 2018 and took home 6th place last year. They will be replaced by the Titans, captained by Paul Willie, and joined by his brother, Daniel Willie. The Willie brothers are on the search for a 3rd player. There's rumors circulating they have even offered Matt Ogden and Garrett Murray contracts, although none of those rumors have been confirmed true. Another team that did not fare well last season was the Saints. The Saints captain Nick Barnes announced he is releasing all players and is rebranding the team to Who Dat. Who Dat has signed Peyton Davis to a 1-year contract. Nick and Peyton are currently just a 2-man team, but there's plenty of time for them to find that 3rd player. That's all the news we have for Week 2. Before we leave, we're going to leave you here with the team rosters, starting out with the American Mambas. Captain Kyler Stork is joined with Brett Lenz. If you remember, they lost Alex Haas last week, although they are in the free agency market looking at Matt Ogden and Garrett Murray. Who knows where they'll end up, and who knows who the Mambas will sign. The next team is the Apes, who, as expected, have had a quiet free agency. Team captain Tanner Peterson and Mark Ogden are looking to be a 2-man team again next year. A team that did make some moves this week was DeClaw. Team captain Isaiah Tiemeyer signed Alex Haas to a 1-year deal. The two of them will be joined by Nick Everett, rounding out the Claw's roster. The Diesels also made some moves this week, as Garrett Murray left the team, leaving them with captain Patrick Lipka, Matthew Hodgen, and Adam Willie. And the team with the biggest amount of news this week is the Lakehawks. Captain Daniel Ogden will be joined by Ben Hansen and Caden Stork after they lost Matt Ogden this week. A team we just announced moments ago consisting of the Willie Bros, the Titans, with Captain Paul Willie and Daniel Willie. They still have not finished their team, and I expect them to sign another player. Next up is a team we called the Saints last year. Who Dat. Captain Nick Barnes is still with the team, although they signed Peyton Davis and are currently just a 2-man team. That's all the news we have for Week 2. Remember, Week 3 next week will be the final week, and all the stories will end. The hot stove will be turned off, and hopefully, if they want to play in 2020, every player will have a team. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week on the 2019-2020 Fox Lake Wiffle Ball Free Agency Show. We'll see you in the next one.
Hey, can I be on the Willie's